How to obtain a letter of accommodation. In this presentation, we will discuss who has a role in helping you obtain a letter of accommodation, what is involved in an LOA, when is the time to act, where do you go for help, why is accessibility services helping me, some helpful tips, and how is success achieved. Who has a role in the process? You have the responsibility to actively participate and ask for assistance. Faculty provides office hours and accommodations. Accessibility Services provides accommodations and assistance with self-advocacy skills, and support staff like academic advisors who schedule and help you to balance course demands, financial aid, which assists with the FAFSA, Academic Center for Excellence, and your program advisors and department heads. What is involved in the process? The first step is to complete an Accessibility Services application. Paper copies of the application can be obtained in the Academic Center for Excellence, or you can download a digital copy through our website. The second step is to provide documentation of a disability. And finally, meet with the Accessibility Services Coordinator to complete your letter of accommodation. What is a letter of accommodation? A letter of accommodation, otherwise known as an LOA, is a document verifying that you are working with accessibility services and that you are eligible for accommodations. Accommodations are academic adjustments available to qualified students with disabilities. They provide access and equal opportunity, but are reasonable and in no way alter course objectives or modify content. What is involved in a letter of accommodation? An LOA informs instructors of accommodations. Faculty are not required to provide accommodations if they are not informed about them. Follow curriculum and conduct code expectations as well as program and technical standards. These are the same for every student, as all students must meet course objectives without course modifications, meaning the same assignments and deadlines. Finally, choosing to learn new strategies in studying, self-managing, and self-advocacy, asking for what you need, as well as utilizing the supports available to you. When is the time to act? Your options may include one or more of the following. Ideally, the student would reach out to accessibility services before the start of the semester. 3 to 4 weeks prior to class start is best. Accessibility services is available anytime. However, accommodations only begin once the letter is received by faculty. Accommodations are not retroactive. As academic needs change, students are encouraged to reach out to accessibility services to see if a change in their LOA is appropriate. Where do I go for help? The Academic Center for Excellence. ACE offers a writing center for help with essays and writing assignments, a study solutions lab for help with note-taking and study habits, a math lab for assistance in math, chemistry, and physics, and other tutoring options. Students are encouraged to stop by ACE and ask questions. We are always happy to help. Why is accessibility services helping me? Students with disabilities have the same opportunity for equally accessible post-secondary education. Disability is defined as any physical or mental impairment which substantially limits one or more major life activities. Anyone who has a history of an impairment or is regarded as having such an impairment. Accommodations at the post-secondary level are available through accessibility services to eligible students under the Americans with Disabilities Act and Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act. Helpful tips for the process. What qualifies as documentation? Recent or updated within the last 3 to 5 years, educational testing of ability, achievement, speech and language, attention, adaptive behavior, or adjustment, an IEP or 504, medical documentation including diagnosis, treatment, frequency of contact, medications, and recommendations, evidence of major life activities affected by disability. Major life activities may include seeing, hearing, speaking, breathing, writing, learning, reading, concentrating, communicating, and interacting with others. What are the next steps? Fill out the letter of accommodation application. Sign the consent form. Contact your medical providers and educational institutions to gather educational and/or medical documentation. Once your documentation has been submitted, set up a meeting with the Accessibility Services Coordinator. For additional information, view the NHTI Accessibility Services webpage. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please contact us at either NHTI Accessibility Services at ccsnh.edu or 603-271-6484, extension 4291.